Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a quick build of the Aeldari Ranger, or one of the Rangers and one of the Chosen. Then I'll show you the rest of the minis all built. The only thing I'm not going to do is glue the weapons on so that I have better access when it comes to painting. I'm probably not going to glue on the rifle holders onto their backs either, again primarily so that I have better access. So we're going to start off with the main torso, and it's just basically these two parts here for this particular one that I've decided to build, that is leaning on a piece of Aeldari rubble, Aeldari themed rubble, to take her shot. Now we then have this which just goes onto the base, so just decide how you want that and pop your glue down. Like so, because then what's going to happen is you're going to need to marry up, and I'm going to need to pop that back a little further in order to get it on the base. So pop that on a little bit further back. So this is why you need to obviously just check and do your test fitting. And the thing with the plastic weld is it gives me time to play around before going off completely, and that goes on there like so. So this particular Ranger, as I say, is using a bit of rubble to help steady their aim. Now what I'm going to do is glue on their left arm, and then try and get it positioned correctly. In actual fact, that's fine, that's perfectly fine. And then what I will do is actually leaving that in position, because it seems to hook just in the crux of the thigh and the hip there, which is quite nice without needing to be glued. That's going to allow me to just pop the head on. Like this. Then I can take that out. I'm just going to pop a little bit more in there. Okay. And then essentially what will happen is once I've finished painting, I will glue on the rifle carriers just onto their backpack, like so. So she goes together and looks like that. I'll bring the light over more. So that's how she goes together. I've also got this chosen champion, and I will pop him together. But again, I'm not going to do things like glue on the backpack or the cloak. So with this, you're gluing on one of the legs first. And then the torso, and you need to make sure you get the right torsos, so they're not all compatible. There is some slight differences which mean that if you've trimmed out the wrong torso, it's not going to fit properly. And that torso just goes on there like so. So that's what we have. We then have his loincloth going on. Now there are a choice of torsos and there's a choice of loincloths for the chosen champion. So it's up to you to decide which ones you prefer to use. There you go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue it down to the base. And that is how he will stand on the base. Now I have gone for a bolter and a force axe. So the instructions say to put the bolter on next, and it's his right arm. Kind of gives the illusion that it's slightly keyed, but it's not. So it's going to be up to you how you glue that on. And then the bolter, in actual fact, I'm going to have this so the bolters potentially firing off a quick one like that. So that's how I'm putting his bolt arm together. I then decided on a different head to the one specified, mainly because I already have Cranon the Relentless, which came with my Dark Vengeance set, and he has the massive horned helm. So my Chaos Lord already has the unfeasibly large Loki type horns, which is, I don't know if you can see, it's just this one there. Just put my hand underneath that one. And the force axe, I think I'll have that more down by his side. Now you get some shoulder pads, and one of these needs to have the icon put onto it. So the icon is this tiny little skulled horned thing there, and it goes onto the shoulder pad, which has a couple of little dimples in it. That's it. It is keyed, so it should only go on one way. Now let's pop the that's on. And there you go. Now the cloak should go on, and it's moulded so that it goes on just on his back, just there. So you glue it on just where his backpack would go. Glue it on just there, like so. And then the backpack goes on over the top. Now I'm not going to glue the backpack on or the cloak at this time, so that I can access everything behind and paint the pouches, etc. I'm going to put his pauldrons on though. So his smooth, unadorned pauldron goes on there. And then the one with the horned face goes on there. Like so. And essentially that's, you know, how these rangers and how these chosen build up. I'll get the rest of the chosen and rangers on the mat here, and I can show you them. And now that I've built all the minis up as far as I'm going to take them, build wise, ready for painting, let's have a look at size comparison. So this, as you saw earlier on in the video, is my Chaos chosen champion to lead my chosen squad. Next to Aeldari, that is the size comparison. So the Aeldari are quite tall and slender, so that's quite good. We also have the Warpsmith, so next to one of the boys, that's the size. Next to the Autarch, you're looking at, let's get a side where they can be more. Again, that's the comparison. And obviously we want to see if there's been much size creep. Now, I've done a very short 20-odd second video with all the previous chosen from Dark Vengeance lined up with the chosen from the Eldritch Omens box set, and I mean, looking at this, I think there is a tiny little bit of size creep, but I don't think that there is that much. So I'm trying to keep them level. I don't think that it's gonna be massively noticeable, like for example between some of the Space Marines from yesteryear and Space Marines now, not compared to Primaris obviously, but just Firstborn Marines. But yeah, looking at that, and I did a short, as I say, a short video with these all lined up, and I just ran the camera along, so you'll be able to see the differences between the 5 chosen and the chosen from Dark Vengeance. But those are the minis, the figures. The next video will be building one of the Shroud Runners, so join me in the next video. Alright, see you in a bit. Take care. Bye bye.